This video is a companion video for my previous video, Fly Fishing for Sea Trout, with some further information. I hope you enjoy. I'm at a different part of the river today. There's enough water still in the river to give this section a bit of a flow, because normally it fizzles out quite soon after the rapidy bit here. Now, where I'm pointing my rod is some deep water there, and I've seen one or two decent fish in the past. So round about that region, if there's a sea trout or something interesting, I expect to get a take round there. So I'll just work my way down this stream. I had somebody post about what weight of line do I use. Well, I wasn't sure whether they meant fly line or leader strength. To be honest, with leader strength, I use as heavy as I can get away with without putting the fish down. I don't see the point in being broken unnecessarily. So for dry fly, it's around about 4 or 5 pound breaking strain. For wet, it's about generally 7 to 9 pound breaking strain. If I was fishing through the night for sea trout, I would like a thicker, more resilient nylon. I'd probably use Maxima Ultra Green and about 8 or 10 pound breaking strain. That line behaves itself particularly well on casts and doesn't tangle up so easily, especially when you're fishing in the darkness and your casting isn't quite what it should be. Fly line weight, I like to go, as people who have watched my videos will know, I like to go pretty light in fly lines. I regard 3 and 4 weight as normal river fishing weight, and sea trout I would usually use about a 5 weight line through the night. This is simply to handle bigger flies easier. I'm not always fishing with large flies through complete darkness. In fact, I've had some belting nights just fishing with 12s and 14s when it's completely dark. But you have to scale your tackle according to your likes and where you're fishing. If I was fishing some renowned Swedish river where nearly all the sea trout are quite monstrous, I'd probably be fishing with a 7 to 8 line weight outfit. I can't believe how slippery the bottom is at the moment. Even though it's had flood after flood, it hasn't washed the slime off these small stones and given any level of grip. I feel as if I could fall over at any moment. Walking down here, I was bitten by a rather objectionable horsefly, which has actually managed to, I don't know if you can see, it's actually managed to draw blood. So I can look forward to that going septic in the next day or two. I was fishing yesterday and lost another sea trout, but stupidly I was messing about with my action cam and forgot to put the memory card back in it, so it's not a lot of use if you haven't got a card in. Well, I've turned the action cam on because I've got down to this bit where I pointed out before, and in front of me there's been an odd splashy rise, probably from a grayling, so close to the shrubbery, of course. Yeah, as I thought, as I said, right underneath those bushes. Maybe a little brown trout. Yep, little brown trout. I fished further down the pool, but got to a point when it was way too dodgy. I was slipping all over the place and I thought I'm going to end up drowning myself. So this is where I climbed out of the bank. There's, on this part of the river there's steep banks everywhere, and this amazing floral jungle is what I had to bash my way through to leave the river. It's a shame about the river bottom, because I'm sure it would be quite a nice place to night fish for sea trout, but I don't know how the devil I would be able to stay upright, and maybe have to have like a Zimmer frame sort of strapped to the side of me. Anyway, that was it for that new location, so back to the river again. There's something. Probably a grayling. That is a grayling. Coming up. Off ski. Quite obliging grayling, because not many trout like to take in this bright sun, but sometimes the bright sun seems to bring the grayling on the take. Well, a couple of nights later, and I'm filming here, I went back to the river, and I thought I'd fish fairly late and see what I could get. And I was also trying my luck with filming and seeing what kind of details the camera would pick out in low light, which turned out to be absolutely nothing of value. So I'll need to find some other equipment to use for night filming. My evening went true to type, where I started off early on losing a really nice sizable fish. I don't know whether it's brown trout or sea trout. Anyway, a couple of dramatic jumps and away it went. So that was that. Another grayling. I haven't had any of the big ones I had last year. I got several last year which were around about the £2 mark, but not this year. Thanks very much to the new subscribers. I've had quite a few from me, but obviously hardly any for the big players. I will try and keep up with material, but as you can see, sometimes days don't go exactly how you want, and I always want to either talk or try and show something of some kind of angling interest. In the future, in September, I'm having a day or two up in Ullapool, so there'll be hopefully some really nice stuff on lock fishing and goodness knows what else. Anyway, bye for now. Thanks very much.